People say all the time that depression isn't something that you can just turn on and off, that it's much more complex and it's sometimes like trying to nail down water. I fully get this, but I actually refuse it because when you're in this, when you're first in this, you, in the beginning, for a while, want to believe that it's not happening to you, that I don't have time to deal with this. This isn't something that is actually happening, and I can control how I feel. I know how I feel. I feel fine. Well, guess what? It chose you, so what is your next step? You say to yourself, why am I so sad? Is it because I'm alone all the time? Why am I alone all the time? You know, you've lost a lot of friends lately. Maybe, just maybe, it's you. This one sentence has haunted me for years. And like any person that is self-conscious or feels like there's always something wrong with them, it's kind of hard to distinguish who was right and who was wrong. It's always very easy to play the blame game, and it's hardly easy to be the guilty party. And it's even harder to dig a little bit deeper and try and flesh out those issues and bring them to light. Turns out, while being depressed, playing this game of trying to hunt down the bad egg, you start to feel like you never had any eggs to begin with. Like the one thing you praised yourself on all of a sudden disappeared when the moment you needed it most. Just one sign that you were right and they were wrong. I'm here to tell you that after playing that game for quite too long, it will only put you in a deeper, narrower hole, and you will feel as small as you want to be. A hole where everyone that you can imagine is at the top of the hole saying, hey, there's no hole. You're right here in front of me. I can see you. You look fine. If you're in a hole, then get out. Anyone that's ever tried to get out of this hole realizes that it's not only a challenge to face the hole in itself, but to find the strength to pull oneself out of. Now back to my original point. People always say that you can't turn depression on and off, that it is very complicated and very hard to distinguish if you even are depressed. Yes, I do believe that you can't entirely change overnight and that you have to take steps, but also I feel like you can take bigger steps. And I overnight decided that I was no longer gonna let myself be small. After something quite dramatic changed in my life, I realized that I could either get worse, I could get better, or I could just stay the same. And I just realized that there was no reason to be the person that I was that day anymore. After that moment of relief and significant change, I felt very light, almost as if the depression stood up and said, you know what? You were really comfortable for way too long, but I'm bored now because you're not sad. And I was like, thanks! Thanks so much for getting up! Oh my god, I have the strength to like do things now. And I have the strength to, hey, I can open this blind now and there's people outside walking around and there's light everywhere in my room now. It's crazy how that happens. Oh my god. This room is disgusting. It has dust on everything. I've got to clean right now. Oh my god. I need plants in my room. I want things to live in here. And then all of a sudden I realized I can do everything. I can do anything. And to me, that is the best part of this whole thing, this whole journey, that all of this pain and resentment and built up anger on myself has just fallen away, and I realized that it's all up to me to decide what happens from here on out. To some, these things may seem very minuscule, and I can agree, they are very minuscule, but to others that have dealt with a similar experience, they know that it's hard to just breathe sometimes when you feel like this. It's hard to even want to wake yourself up and to stay awake for life. All of this, however, has not made me sad anymore. All of these stories and all of these feelings are reasons to get up, and they're reasons to keep moving forward and to being better. I want to greet the sky now, and I want to have plants, and I want to build things, and I want to be things. I want to be more and to just be better. I think for way too long I've done enough standing still for one lifetime, and I'm finally ready to just see what life has to offer me, and I'm actually ready to be seen by life. Depression is weird, and sometimes it can lead you down a lot of tricky, uncertain, unknown paths, and a lot of them may be foggy, and you feel like you are the only traveler on that road. You feel like the road never ends, and you, as one person, is very small. But I am here to tell you that that road will end and that fog will lift. And the thing about that road is you'll turn around and you'll see your friends and your family and strangers you've never met before all saying, "Hey, we're here too. This is crazy. I thought I was the only one." And you'll finally know that you were never alone, and you never will be. So that's the best part.